You almost gave up. And honestly, part of you stopped expecting things to change. You became tired in places nobody could see. Tired of hoping. Tired of waiting. Tired of praying prayers that seemed to disappear into silence. There were nights when you looked up at the ceiling and wondered if anything would ever move again. You kept going. But your heart no longer carried the same expectation it once had. Disappointment slowly taught you how to survive without anticipation. You learned how to wake up without expecting miracles. How to smile without feeling joy. How to speak faith while secretly battling exhaustion. I saw every moment. I saw the tears you hid quickly. I heard the prayers you stopped finishing. I watched you fight thoughts that nobody around you understood. And still, I never left you. Not once. Even in the silence. Even in the delay. Even when heaven felt closed. I was still moving. You thought nothing was happening. But I was working underneath everything you could see. I was rearranging what you did not understand. I was removing what could not follow you. I was preparing doors before you ever arrived at them. The waiting was not punishment. The delay was not abandonment. I was preparing you. Because some blessings require transformation before arrival. Some doors require endurance before they open. Some breakthroughs would destroy the version of you that existed before this season. So I allowed the process. I allowed the stretching. I allowed the hidden season. Not to break you, but to build you. You kept asking why everything felt so heavy. Why every answer seemed delayed. Why every attempt appeared blocked. Why exhaustion followed you even into moments that should have brought peace. What you could not see was the spiritual resistance surrounding your next season. Darkness fights hardest when transition gets close. The pressure increased because movement was approaching. The warfare intensified because breakthrough was near. The enemy hoped exhaustion would make you surrender before the shift arrived. But you survived. You survived for a reason. There were moments you nearly walked away from hope completely. Moments you questioned your worth. Moments you wondered if your prayers mattered at all. Still, something inside you refused to fully die. That was me. Holding onto you when you no longer knew how to hold onto yourself, strengthening you quietly, covering you silently, protecting your future while you sat inside confusion. You called it delay, but heaven called it preparation, because what is coming cannot be carried by the person you used to be. I had to teach you dependence. I had to teach you endurance. I had to show you that your peace could not come from circumstances. You were learning how to survive spiritually, learning how to stand when emotions collapsed, learning how to trust me when evidence disappeared. And now, the shift is beginning, slowly, quietly, but undeniably. The things that once felt frozen are beginning to move. Doors you thought were permanently closed are starting to unlock. Connections are changing. Atmospheres are changing. Your spirit can already feel it. Something is different. You have sensed it in small moments. A strange peace. A sudden breath of hope. An unexpected moment of strength. That is not accidental. That is the beginning. I am restoring what exhaustion tried to steal. I am rebuilding what disappointment damaged. I am healing the parts of you that silently broke during the waiting season. You kept functioning while hurting. You kept showing up while emotionally drained. You kept pretending to be okay because you did not want others to worry. But I saw the hidden weight. I saw the silent battles. I saw the fear behind your smile. And I stayed beside you through all of it. Even when you felt spiritually numb. Even when worship became difficult. Even when prayer felt empty. I never measured your love for me by your emotional energy. I understood the exhaustion. I understood the disappointment. I understood how long this season has felt. But hear me now. This season will not end in defeat. It will end in testimony. The very areas where you cried the most will become the places where my faithfulness becomes undeniable. You thought your story was ending, but heaven was only turning the page. There are things already moving in your favor that you cannot yet see. Conversations are happening. Doors are aligning. People are being positioned. Obstacles are being removed. I am working behind scenes you do not have access to. And suddenly, what took years to build will begin to happen quickly. Because breakthrough seasons often arrive without warning. After long silence. After deep exhaustion. After months of uncertainty. Then suddenly, everything shifts. Do not mistake the silence for absence. Seeds grow underground before anyone sees evidence. Roots develop in hidden places. Preparation happens quietly. And so did your transformation. You became stronger than you realize. Wiser than before. More discerning. More compassionate. More dependent on me. The pain changed you, but it did not destroy you. And now the very lessons that came from survival will sustain you in abundance. I know you became weary. I know there were days you questioned whether you could continue. I know disappointment slowly drained your expectations. But I was closer than you understood. When you cried alone, I was there. When anxiety kept you awake, I was there. When nobody checked on you, I was there. When you wondered whether your life would ever improve, I was there. You were never abandoned, not even for a moment. I carried you through seasons you thought would destroy you. That is why you are still standing. Not because you were always strong, but because my hand remained on your life. You are entering a season where clarity will replace confusion. Peace will replace constant pressure. Joy will begin returning slowly. Not temporary happiness, but deep peace. The kind that survives circumstances. The kind that reminds your soul it is safe again. I know trust became difficult. Life disappointed you repeatedly. People failed you. Opportunities vanished. Promises collapsed. And slowly your heart learned caution. You stopped expecting good things because disappointment felt safer than hope. But I am teaching your heart how to believe again. Not in people. Not in unstable circumstances. But in me. Because my plans for you were never canceled. Your delays did not cancel them. Your failures did not cancel them. Your exhaustion did not cancel them. Even your moments of doubt did not cancel them. I am greater than your weakness. Greater than your fear. Greater than your past. And what I spoke over your life still remains alive. You wondered why certain doors kept closing, why relationships fell apart, why environments became uncomfortable, why seasons changed so suddenly. It was because you could not carry old atmospheres into new territory. I was separating you from places that no longer matched your assignment. Some losses protected you. Some endings rescued you. Some delays redirected you. Even the heartbreak carried hidden mercy. One day you will look back and realize I saved you from things you begged to keep. Right now you only see fragments. But soon, understanding will come. The pieces will connect. And what once confused you will suddenly make sense. Do not lose heart in this final stretch. You are closer than you realize. The atmosphere around your life is shifting. The heaviness will not remain forever. The sadness will not dominate every day. The uncertainty will not control your future. This is not the end of your story. This is transition. This is preparation. This is the moment before breakthrough. I know you became tired of hearing promises, tired of waiting for change, tired of trying to stay hopeful. But what is coming will restore what disappointment stole. There are blessings approaching your life that will not require forced striving. Doors that open naturally. Provision that arrives unexpectedly. Peace that settles deeply. Relationships that feel safe. Opportunities that align without confusion. I am bringing alignment. I am bringing restoration. I am bringing healing into places that carried hidden pain for years. You have blamed yourself for things that were never fully your fault. You carried shame from old wounds. You replayed failures repeatedly. You questioned whether you were enough. But listen carefully. Your value was never determined by rejection. People misunderstanding you did not reduce your purpose. Delays did not diminish your calling. Your mistakes did not erase my love. I still chose you. I still called you. I still remained beside you, even in your lowest moments. Especially in your lowest moments. I know you sometimes compare your life to others. You wonder why their breakthroughs arrived sooner, why their doors opened faster, why their journey looked easier. But you cannot compare assignments. Different callings require different preparation. Some souls are shaped in hidden places because what they carry must survive greater pressure. And you were being prepared deeply, not superficially. That is why this season felt so intense. I was strengthening your foundation so that future blessings would not collapse your spirit, so that success would not destroy your character, so that influence would not separate you from me. You thought you were simply surviving, but heaven was building capacity. The tears were not wasted. The lonely nights were not meaningless. The waiting was not empty. I was doing invisible work inside you, the kind that cannot happen quickly, the kind that changes a soul permanently. And now, you are stepping closer to the season you prayed for while crying, closer to the peace you thought might never return, closer to the breakthrough you nearly stopped expecting. Do not quit now. Do not surrender now. Do not let exhaustion convince you that nothing is changing, because movement has already begun. You will notice it little by little. New strength, new clarity, new opportunities, new confidence, a deeper sense of peace. The old heaviness will begin losing its grip. Fear will no longer dominate your decisions. You will breathe differently, think differently, pray differently, hope differently. Because restoration changes the atmosphere of a soul. I am calling you out of survival mode. You have spent too long expecting disaster, too long bracing yourself for disappointment, too long preparing emotionally for rejection. But this next season will teach you that goodness can exist without fear, that peace can remain, that joy does not always disappear, that hope is not dangerous when placed in my hands. I know betrayal affected you deeply. I know certain words wounded you for years. I know abandonment changed the way you trust people. But I am healing those hidden fractures. Not temporarily, completely. The version of you emerging from this season will not carry the same chains. You will no longer feel imprisoned by old memories. The pain will stop controlling your reactions. The fear will stop defining your future. Healing is coming in layers, quietly, gently, powerfully. And one day you will realize that what once triggered tears no longer controls your heart. That is restoration. That is freedom. That is my hand upon your life. You ask me many times when things would finally change. The answer is closer than you think. There are moments in life where everything appears still. Then suddenly, one door opens. One conversation shifts. One opportunity appears. One prayer receives an answer. And an entirely new season begins. You are approaching one of those moments. Do not let temporary exhaustion blind you to permanent change. Do not let discouragement silence your expectation. The breakthrough is not imaginary. It is forming. The shift is beginning. I am breathing life into areas that felt dead. Dreams you buried will begin stirring again. Hope you lost will begin returning. Strength you thought was gone forever will rise inside you again. You will laugh again, rest again, feel peace again. And this time, it will come with deeper wisdom, because pain taught you what truly matters. You are no longer the same person who entered this season. You carry deeper discernment now. You recognize what drains your spirit. You understand the importance of peace. You value sincerity more than appearance. You learned how fragile life can feel. And you learned how faithful I remain in the middle of uncertainty. That knowledge will sustain you moving forward. The next chapter of your life will not look like the last. The heaviness that followed you will not define your future. Cycles are breaking. Patterns are ending. Chains are loosening. I am doing a new thing. Even now. Even while you are still recovering emotionally. Even while you are still trying to understand everything. I am moving. And the doors opening ahead of you will confirm it. Some blessings will arrive so unexpectedly that you will realize only I could have arranged them. What looked impossible will begin unfolding naturally. What once felt delayed will suddenly accelerate. And you will understand why timing mattered. You were not forgotten. You were being positioned, prepared, protected, refined. The waiting season was shaping the strength required for your next assignment. Do not despise the hidden years. Roots grow in hidden places, and deep roots survive storms. You are stronger now than you were before the pain. Not because suffering is beautiful, but because my presence carried you through it. There is still tenderness in your heart, still compassion, still kindness, despite everything you endured. That matters. The world tried to harden you. Disappointment tried to close your heart. But you are still capable of love, still capable of hope, still capable of faith. That is evidence of my grace. I know some mornings felt heavier than others. You woke up already tired, already anxious, already emotionally overwhelmed. You questioned whether you could continue carrying the weight. But each day you survived became proof that I was sustaining you, even when you did not feel strong, even when you felt spiritually empty. I continued breathing strength into your soul. You are not weak because you became tired. You are human, and I never expected you to carry this season alone. That is why I remained near, closer than your fear, closer than your thoughts, closer than the darkness whispering defeat into your mind. I was always there, and I am still here. Listen carefully now. The atmosphere is changing. The long night is ending. The season of constant pressure is beginning to loosen. You will not remain trapped in survival forever. I am leading you into restoration, into clarity, into peace, into provision, into emotional healing, into spiritual renewal. The breakthrough will not only touch external things, it will touch your heart, your mind, your spirit. The inner exhaustion will begin lifting, and slowly, hope will feel natural again. You will stop forcing yourself to believe, because evidence of my movement will surround you. Doors opening, answers arriving, strength returning, fear decreasing, peace increasing. You are entering a different season. Do not allow the pain of yesterday to define the possibilities of tomorrow. I know your heart became cautious, but trust me again, not blindly, but deeply, because I have never abandoned you, even when silence made it difficult to understand me, even when delays made you question everything. I was still orchestrating your future. There were battles you never saw because I fought them for you. There were dangers removed before they reached you. There were closed doors that protected your destiny. One day you will fully understand how much grace surrounded your life. For now, keep moving forward. Keep breathing. Keep trusting, even if only one small piece of hope remains. Because that small flame is enough for me to build upon. I do not need perfect faith. I only need your willingness to keep walking. And you have done that. Despite exhaustion, despite confusion, despite disappointment, you kept going. And that endurance matters more than you realize. Heaven noticed every quiet victory. Every moment you chose not to give up. Every prayer whispered through tears. Every morning you got out of bed while carrying invisible pain. None of it was ignored. None of it was wasted. The breakthrough season approaching your life carries restoration for everything this season tried to steal. Not only external restoration, internal restoration. Your joy, your confidence, your emotional stability. your sense of purpose, your ability to dream again. I am rebuilding you, piece by piece, gently, faithfully. And what emerges from this process will carry strength that cannot easily be shaken. You once feared this season would destroy you, but instead, it revealed how deeply my grace could sustain you. You learned how to survive impossible days. You learned how to continue when emotions failed. You learned how to depend on me beyond feelings. That depth will remain with you forever, and it will become part of your testimony. One day you will speak peace into someone else's darkness because you survived your own. One day your story will remind another exhausted soul not to quit. Nothing you endured will remain meaningless. I redeem pain. I restore broken places. I bring beauty from ashes. That is what I am doing in your life now. Even if you cannot fully see it yet, you have spent enough time grieving, enough time questioning, enough time surviving. Now prepare your heart for renewal. Prepare your spirit for fresh strength. Prepare your mind for peace. Prepare your life for unexpected doors. Because movement is coming. Sudden movement. And when it arrives, you will realize the waiting season was not empty after all. I was preparing details you could not imagine. Aligning timing. Protecting outcomes. Building endurance. Strengthening discernment. Creating the exact path needed for your future. The enemy wanted you to interpret silence as abandonment. But silence was often strategy. Not absence. Not rejection. Strategy. Because there are seasons where hidden preparation matters more than visible progress. And you were inside one of those seasons. Now the hidden work is beginning to surface. What was planted quietly will soon produce visible fruit. You will no longer feel stuck forever. You will no longer feel forgotten forever. This chapter is shifting, and peace is approaching faster than you think. There are blessings ahead that will calm years of anxiety, moments that will heal old disappointments, conversations that will restore confidence, opportunities that will confirm my hand upon your life. Do not fear the future. I am already there, and I have not brought you this far to abandon you now. You are too close to clarity, too close to breakthrough, too close to restoration, too close to the prayers you cried over in secret. Keep your heart open. Keep your spirit expectant, even if the expectation feels fragile. Because I am about to show you that hope was never wasted. The shift is beginning. The healing is beginning. The restoration is beginning. And soon, peace will no longer feel temporary. Victory will no longer feel distant. And your soul will finally understand why you had to survive this season. Because there was purpose on the other side of the pain. There was growth hidden inside the waiting. There was preparation hidden inside the silence. And there was breakthrough waiting behind the delay. You will see it. You will feel it. You will live it. The season is changing. And I am walking beside you into every promise prepared for your life. So breathe again. Hope again. Trust again. The long night is ending, and dawn is finally breaking over your life.